Warning: the opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, or any particular individuals. They are merely from two guys needing to pass the boredom of their average day lives. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised, but ignored if you're into that thing.
What's going on, guys? October 3rd. Oh, the third day of Shocktoberfest. I can't believe we're already here.
Welcome to Shocktoberfest.
Oh,
I'm Wild Man Wes.
I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny. Welcome to the Wild Wolf Show.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe we're already on day 3 of October.
Yep.
Itching closer and closer to the greatest holiday of the year, Halloween.
Where you don't have to feel bad about dressing up in a costume, man. But then again, for me, every day's Halloween.
We dress up every day.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing weird, guy. Well, I take that back. Maybe a little weird.
Hey, I dressed up as Alice Bowie from Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. I don't know if I can get any more out of the ordinary with that one, but you know, I love doing it. I love entertaining myself as well as entertaining all of you, you know, because we love you, you know.
We do. But anyway, guys, the movie of the day is none other than Critters.
Oh yeah.
Now I know what you guys are thinking. This is a sci-fi movie. It's a horror movie as well.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Anyway, Critters takes place in rural America. I mean, anywhere it's a farmland. That's what you see. So anyway, you see these little creatures. They're being chased down by intergalactic bounty hunters trying to get rid of the species. Because they really are little bleep at holes. You know what I'm saying? I did the bleep for you.
Aw.
So anyway,
you're so sweet.
So anyway, they land down on the planet and kind of start just like killing. They have these cool little spikes that shoot off that paralyze people. That's really cool. I like that. Don't really want to get into too much of the the plan of the movie, how it goes. I don't really want to ruin it for you because this is kind of cool. I'm sure most of you, if you're older, you've seen this movie. You know, it is a cult classic. It's one of those great ones.
It was one of those movies that New Line picked up when they were starting out, and yeah, I mean, granted, it is a slight rip-off of Gremlins, but
kind of the way they reproduce.
But on the other hand, how they went about it,
they were a little bit more monstrous than the Gremlins. The Gremlins are at least a little funny. These guys aren't funny. No,
I mean, unless, of course, you talk about it like with when you see the subtitles, when they talk to each other. Yeah. I like that.
That is funny. Another difference between them and the Gremlins is the more they eat, the bigger they get. So, like I said, I'm not ruining the movie for you, but there is one where you saw one of these little things go into the chicken hut. And next time you see him, he's bigger than I am. And I'm 5'10", 275, so I mean, it's a big, it's not a critter anymore, this is a varmint. But anyway, so...
That's a big Twinkie.
So anyway, it's cool, because like I said, these little things keep you on suspense. Cool little thing too, Billy Zane plays the boyfriend of young Billy Zane. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about saying that, but dude.
Young Billy Zane's in this. Yeah, I can read your damn mind, I got you. Anyway, so yeah, the bounty hunters come down, you know, they pretty much help destroy the critters, all that good stuff. We're just going to touch on the first one because there's, what, 3 sequels?
Yeah.
4 sequels?
Yeah, well, and plus I think usually the killer for any movie, franchise, the one that kills it is when they all go into space.
And
Jason went to space. Let's see, who else went to space?
Hellraiser?
Hellraiser went to space. Leprechaun went to space.
The Final Frontier is not for a horror movie.
No.
Anyway, guys, yeah, there's a couple sequels, and they just get goofier and goofier, less scary, more funny, and not saying that's a bad thing, because look what happened with the Evil Dead when they went that way.
Yeah, look with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
One plus New Line, you know.
I'm just saying, it didn't work for me. So they're out there. They're not terrible movies.
No.
If you're a true horror movie buff, you have to watch the whole series.
I mean, for 80s films, you kind of had to be hokey and over the top, but...
For our purposes of Shocktoberfest, we're just going to stick with the first Critters, because that's the only one I feel that actually is worth being on our list.
Yeah, I think so.
So, again, that's pretty much the story, you know. Aliens come down to Earth, they feed on humans, the bounty hunters that are trying to get rid of the species comes down and helps. Of course, you know, 1 or 2 get away, because otherwise, how the hell do we have sequels?
Yep. Well, we're gonna
jump right into good and bad.
Yeah.
What we liked, what we didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, one thing first off, I mean, the whole concept of aliens coming to rural America. It's definitely it's social commentary really and satire on rural America, where a bunch of
shall we say
hicks, rednecks. But then again, I can't really make fun of anything like that. I grew up in the borderline Illinois, Iowa, so I found
I'm a country boy.
I'm a country boy, but I like how they played it very campy, very campy on the satire, because in a lot of National Enquirers over the decades, a lot of times it's always in rural America with all these alien sightings. So, and they really touch on that, where the very first thing the farmers do when they see something out of the ordinary or something extraterrestrial, grab a gun. Just grab a gun.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, people in the city do that too, so it's not just rural America.
Well, yeah, but I would say. But
I know what you're going for. Yeah. It's kind of like a no cliche. Mm-hmm. They always have a shotgun on hand or something like that. And
when it comes to the critters, and you had just touched on that, being kind of like a quasi-Gremlins film, their line of defense or their attack, the spikes.
The spikes were cool.
I liked that. I think it definitely
was something different, and it makes sense that these creatures would have some kind of natural defense against bigger predators. So it actually, if you think about it, actually works from a biological standpoint. I mean, like I said, though, as they get bigger, though, I wonder if they keep their spikes. They really don't. You don't see that. Maybe they lose them as they get bigger because they don't need them. So that'd be cool to look into something like that. We should do a biology of a critter.
Yeah, we can definitely delve into that in a future episode.
But anyway, I liked, like you said, the subtitles between the critters. It's actually, this is where the comedy works, because they know their little monsters, and
I mean, they swear at each other. That's the greatest bit.
I mean, it's funny. Like, check that out. If that doesn't make you laugh at least once.
The funny thing is, like, every time I saw the critters, bantering with each other, it reminded me of the movie Great Outdoors, and the raccoons are outside the cabin and they're talking to each other. I mean,
you know what hot dogs are made from?
Lips. Holes.
So again, I like this movie too. Just like I said, the setting. It just really works. You're in the middle of nowhere. You got nowhere to go but the house. They've overtaken the house. You're running around the farm. You know the farm really well. But these guys are everywhere. And, it kind of gives that all hope is lost thing until the bounty hunters come and kind of even the odds.
Which the bounty hunters, I mean, I like them too. I mean, they're just kind of very stoic. I mean, definitely movies before and after
have always used the bounty hunter thing.
I mean, let's put it this way: if I could think about it, like Three Amigos, you have the Germans, that just kind of very stoic and not really one for humor, and then even like as bad as this movie is, I mean, it's a guilty pleasure of mine, even though Hulk Hogan's not the greatest actor in the world. But hey, it was a movie for a movie's sake for him, and Hulk Hogan,
Commando,
yeah. And Undertaker was one of those bounty hunters.
I wonder why you guys never talk.
Yeah, I mean, in moments like that, I think that's like the campy humor Hulk Hogan's good for. I mean, but I wouldn't see him in I'd say the only good movie I really ever saw that he actually did okay in was Rocky III, his Thunder Lips.
I liked him in No Holds Barred.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's pretty much just playing himself. Didn't really have to act too much.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'll give you that.
You gotta be fair.
It is what it is.
We gotta be fair, unbiased, fair.
Okay, well.
So two movies.
Two movies, okay. Hulk, you're okay by me, I guess. So, all right, rabble. Okay, so moving on to that.
I'm gonna move to the bad side.
Yeah, because there's not really much in a way, but let's see. I mean, other than the Gremlins ripoff, really.
Again, yeah. You see a movie like that, and then you're like, I could do that. But you know what? It's not like supernatural. It's from space.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but
Simpsons did everything.
The one thing that I was really confused about was they keep showing the music video of this guy named Johnny Steele or something like that. And it's playing when one of the bounty hunters morphs into it, like it goes from like a skeleton to the muscle tissue into like the physical.
Yeah, it was weird.
But the thing is, I couldn't really put my finger on it. It almost looked like the one bounty hunter looks exactly like the singer Johnny Steele.
Well, the one, remember though, in the later sequels, the one could like morph into different people. So maybe that's what it was.
Because the little kid thinks that he's Johnny Steele.
Yeah.
And
so I think, remember he saw like the record on the ground or something, and then he shapeshifted.
Okay, yeah.
So because the aliens later, remember in Critters 4 when the one character died?
Oh, okay,
and the bounty hunter gets sad,
yeah.
so he turns into that character.
Because I mean, and then again, as I keep going back onto these, little theories or like references.
But no, that's
that reminded me of in Adventures in Babysitting when the sister thinks that Vincent D'Onofrio's Thor.
Well, he's big blonde. He's got a big hammer. I mean, could have been.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio may not have been Thor, but hey, he was Kingpin,
and he did a great job.
Yes, he did.
All right, We're getting off track again.
I know.
We always get off track.
I know. Other than that,
anything else that really bothered you? I mean, I know we had the whole Kramer spoof, but
yeah, I mean the character of Charlie being a simpleton, it was kind of like a Kramer spoof or precursor to him. But this movie actually came out before UHF.
Yeah.
And Michael Richards played the Stanley, was it?
Yeah.
In UHF. So
he was also though in Transylvania.
Transylvania 65,000.
And he kind of played sort of the same thing. I can't remember what year that came out, but I want to say like. He kind of did the Kramer thing there, where he just kind of slashed the.
Yeah, I mean, because in a lot of '80s films, like we had mentioned in in the other movies, like with House on Willow Street, how you have those stock characters. Yeah. He was definitely a stock character. But
and then later on, Charlie goes to space, becomes a bounty hunter too, and he comes back. So
yeah,
I guess he gets smarter. Good for him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's time to rate this movie. So
yeah, I mean, this episode was a little bit shorter than the other ones, but
like I said, we're not trying to ruin movies for people. We're just trying to give them a good insight on what to expect going into it.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to rank this movie, Eisenheimer. How about? I liked it. I like the settings. I like all the characters. There's not too many characters that are too hokey or anything like that, or they're just hokey enough. I'd probably give this a solid B+.
B+.
Very, very good movie. Check it out. It's a cult classic. I mean, they made 4 spin-offs, so it's got to be
I mean, I'll agree with you on that one. I mean, good movie and whatnot. And I mean, there were a couple little things that kind of, made me kind of raise the eyebrow. But I think a lot of the social commentary and the satire on rural America in the situation, and I forgot to mention something else that made me really, laugh about it was when they're in the church. And it's basically that the end is near type thing, doomsday, apocalyptic moments. I like that because it definitely, makes me love, just how funny horror movies can really be and how they can really poke fun at society in general. So I'm going to agree with Benny on this one. I think I'm probably going to give this one a B+ too. I mean,
solid B+. It only took us 3 movies to, get the same grade on it. So
yeah. I'm sure there'll be other ones where we'll probably have the same grade or maybe something lower. I know that there's a couple that I've watched already that it's gonna be leery. Spoiler alert, folks! There will be some where we are gonna be very leery on. So
again, guys, we just had horror movies that we had or we've seen that on Netflix, and we figured why not add them to the list.
Mm-hmm.
Some movies, people go into too thinking like, oh, it's going to be a great movie because you heard all these things. Then you watch it and you're like, what? No.
Yeah.
So we're trying to lean you towards the good ones, try to lead you away from the bad ones. But if you're like us though, you love them all, no matter how good they are.
Yeah.
And some movies are so bad,
they're good. All right.
So anyway, guys, we're going to sign off. Day 3 of Shocktoberfest in the books.
Yep. We hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and be sure to subscribe. Click that little red button.
We like it.
Oh yeah, because the more people we can get to watch this channel, the more content we can provide, and we want to provide you with more content. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes.
And I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny.
And we'll see you next time on Wild Wolf Show Shocktoberfest Day 4. See you soon. All right, I'm taking an elephant out of the living room. Okay, seriously, dude, How are we going to explain this?
I don't know, dude.
What are we going to tell the cops?
It just kind of happened.
I understand we hated the guy, but seriously, do we
I
have to
would've
do this?
dead.
I mean,
I got it.
What?
We just blame suicide.
Blame suicide?
People kill
Who
themselves.
the hell does that?
Everybody.
Do you think they're really going to believe it?
The cops are not that smart.
Maybe they are. And I'm not talking about the cops.